Welcome back, or welcome for the very first time to Worms and Warriors. We're here with our Grand Tactician campaign. It's the Confederate campaign. It's episode 2. Really, it's kind of the first proper episode. The first episode was just a bit setting up, so we're carrying on straight from where we left off, which is at a battle at Manassas Junction. So pretty much the Battle of Bull Run as happened historically. The battlefield shifted slightly north to where it was. It's running a little different than it did historically. But if you know anything about this battle, then you'll see some of these landmarks here. Henry Hill, Matthews Hill, you know, all those kind of things. And the Bull Run itself running through the battlefield here. We've got Balls Ford, things like that, you know. So if you are familiar with it, then the battlefield will look familiar. But we're fighting up here in the north, so Sudley North, Cushing Farm and Sudley Springs. That's our objectives. It's going to be a defensive fight for us, so we've got to defend our position. That suits us just fine. We're slightly outnumbered, so let's have a little read here. Just before I start, the video, as always, is chaptered. So if you are new here and you want to skip any bits, you know, if you want to just get straight into the action, you can just skip ahead to the chapter that'll be titled like Battle Start or whatever it's going to be. But for now, it's July the 9th, 1861. We're starting the fighting at 0811. Our scouts report the enemy is near Manassas Junction, Virginia, and our army is prepared for battle. We are facing the Army of Northeastern Virginia under the command of Irvin McDowell, with the strength of some 33,000 men and 24 guns. The enemy army is green, and the morale is reported to be confident. Reports indicate the supply situation is outstanding. Supply of our army is outstanding. General P.G.T. Beauregard. Right. So you might recall that we are slightly outnumbered. I think we've got about 28,000 men. They've got about 33,000. We've got 16 guns, if I remember correctly, and they've got, what did I just say, 24? Anyway, they've got a few more. So let's come out of this HQ view. Let's move into this battlefield and have a little look. Looking at the terrain, I mean, this looks like a decent defensive position initially. So we've got the unfinished railroad running all the way along here, which is going to make a natural defensive line for us for the Union. Let's see where they're coming in from. So they're coming in from here next to McLean's farm, or McLean's Ford, whatever, McLean's place. They're coming in from there, and from Centerville. So one or the other, or from both places, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing they're going to kind of converge around here and press us right through the centre, past Red Hill Farm. However, they could also swing around here and try and hit us from the southern section, from Sudley Springs, sorry. So that's something we'll have to guard against. We've got starting with all our forces in the field, so I'm just going to move Joe Johnston up here for now. I'm not leaving him there. And Beauregard as well is going to come over here. Let's have a look. So I'm going to use this as a defensive line, basically. I'll put a small force up to protect this top objective. We'll put the majority of our forces into the centre, with a little bit watching this southern area around the Sudley Springs. I'm going to set this up, and I'll cut back in when that's done. Alright then, so I've set us up in a defensive position. As you can see, our infantry is mostly strung out along the unfinished railroad. We've got Jackson's division watching our left flank. We've got Walker on the far left there. B Jr., these guys are rifle-armed troops. And I thought that would be handy, so if we need to swing them in towards any Union attack, that would be helpful as well. If we need to swivel, we can just move them off that line, and they're going to have rifle fire protecting our left flank. Stuart's cavalry is only 300 men, but I've kind of kept them next to this objective, dismounted, and they will be in loose order to slow down any potential Union envelopment that might come. We've got the guns in the background here, so we've got Pelham with his 12-pounder field guns, Pendleton with some howitzers. So we've got some decent arcs of fire. These are positioned nicely behind the line and up on a little ridge, so that should give us good fire. Who else we got? So we've got Walker here. No, there he is, 12-pounder howitzers again, kind of giving us a dominant space across the middle of the field. Where did I place our other guns? Oh, here. So these are the Parrot rifle, so they're a bit further back. Hopefully they're going to give us some counter battery fire. On the right flank, I've placed Jones's brigade, just one brigade by itself at Sudley Springs to stop any kind of crossing here or potential crossing. We'll see what happens there. Towards our kind of centre right, we've got Holmes and Barton. This is a French Legion, one of our viewer units on the line. AP Hill with his brigade is in reserve. Again, they can switch to our right flank if need be, or reinforce whatever's required. The Central Division under Longstreet. We've got the 4th Brigade under Withers. The Royal Black Watch under Bonham, so they're going to see some action as well. This is another viewer unit with their Mississippi Rifles in the centre. And Early's Brigade there as well, with Philip St. George Cock out in reserve. So we've got a couple of brigades back as reserve, generally. And then I've kept the whole division back as well. So we've got Kempis Division, that being the 2nd Brigade under Bartow, and Hatton with his Ohio Outlaws. So we've got some reserve troops. I always try and keep this kind of historical, like the way you would maybe deploy your troops if it was real, rather than just crowding everyone together. I always like to do that. I don't really know why, I just do. But anyway, so that's what we've got. Obviously, this is like a little gap that I've left almost deliberately for the Union to possibly try and stream into. If they do, we've got the Ohio Outlaws and the 2nd Brigade who can plug this gap if they do come for that, and then we can envelop any advancement into there. We'll see what works, we'll see what doesn't work. I generally don't mind losing battles. That's not to say that I want to lose the battle, of course, but if this is one of the only kind of battles, so like the first battle is one that we have to win. Losing this first battle as a Confederacy is bad news. So I will be fighting to absolutely win this fight because losing the first fight as the Confederacy is a nightmare. It does not make for a good campaign. So we're going to have to fight very hard and beat the Union. We're going to have to hold our defensive line, be disciplined. That being said, let's get started with this battle. So let's get going. It is 8:11 and we're going to start right now. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to send out some skirmishers just to get us an eye on what's going on coming up, and we'll see any enemy approaching, hopefully. Also helps break up the enemy attacks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get Bartow's skirmishers out, and I'm just going to send them off to the left flank to support this cavalry, just in case anybody tries to probe us around the side. We've got a few troops there then to offer a buffer zone. We've got a feud going on already. Feud own initiative. It's Jackson, so maybe he wants to do things his own way. We'll find out, I suppose. Some skirmishers out will give us a little bit extra visibility, give us an idea what's going on. Generally speaking, skirmishers can pick up enemy movement quicker than your whole brigades. Plus, of course, they're out in the front, so, you know. I would like these guys to be set on long-range fire, which maybe it's because he's feud and that he's got these set on that. Everyone else is on long-range. Putting this cavalry into loose order. Possibly move them up a little bit. That skirmishing detachment is moving across. It's only 200 men, but you know, it might make all the difference. You never know. If we need to redeploy Hill quickly, he can always come across this ford and support the defence at Sudley Springs. But leaving 2,000 men on our far right flank is definitely a bit of a gamble. Possibly we're too strung out. I hope not. But we do have reserves so we can move around. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. Not much happening. Let's continue moving the Bartow's skirmishers forward a little bit. We'll get some skirmishers out here as well. These rifle-armed troops from B and Walker's Brigade. And they have now switched to long-range fire, which is nice. So you can see our skirmisher screen out the front. No sign of the Union yet. Just running this on times 20 just to see if anything comes up. Oh, and finally here we've got some action. So it's nearly 2 PM and the Union is coming into range. Blenker's brigade coming up first. They are coming this way, which we had expected. Let's get our skirmishers forward a little bit, give them something to think about. $3,600 men, so a large brigade. Black watch guys with their black uniforms, looking cool. Kind of stuck in the ford here, which is not a good look. However, it might indicate movement on our right flank, which is interesting that we spotted that. Definitely looks like a glitch as well, which is not good. Some of their guns moving around. Our Mississippi rifles really coming into play here as well because of their range, of course. I'm going to see if our skirmishers can just disrupt the movement of the 2nd US artillery, cause them some problems, hopefully. Are we taking artillery fire? Yes, we are. Yeah, it's not going to work out for early. I think we're going to have to pull him back. Go, 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 go. We've inflicted a few casualties on that 1st brigade. It's nice. Another brigade's coming across here. The 1st brigade, 3,400 men. Franklin's brigade. Howard's brigade coming up as well. Again, let's see if we can harass them crossing that stream with our skirmishers on the left flank. Let's just have a quick look outside, make sure nothing's going on. Yep. We've taken a handful of casualties. That's okay. It's to be expected. Looks like Franklin has changed his mind. He's seen our skirmishers and he's coming across to hit Bonham's skirmishers instead. Bonham's detachment doing a good job here. They've dropped 40 of the enemy. A little baptism by fire for these Union troops. Of course, we're not expecting to stop this advance with our skirmishers. We're just slowing them down, giving them something to think about, causing them some problems. Quite a few Union casualties strewn around the place. Not sure why these guys have decided to switch their positioning. But it is about time we call our skirmishers back, I would say. I'm going to bring up Barton skirmishers up onto this line. That's the French Legion, these guys right here. Let's bring the Black Watch guys back as well. Time for Withers men to withdraw. We've done a nice job with the skirmish now, I'd say. Let's have a look at the casualties. 200 for them, 28 for us. Definitely pretty good start. We'll suffer a few more as these guys pull out, but I think they've done a good job here. Slowing the advance down, letting us see the enemy dispositions and where they're coming from. Quite handy. No other movement detected just yet. The rifle fire from B and Walker's skirmishers have been very effective here as well. 150 of those guys dead. Or wounded, missing, whatever. Casualties. Now they're coming under fire from Barton skirmishers as well, who are nice and in cover in this stream bed. Definitely causing the Union some problems. Let's pull Barton back. Go, boys. Go, go, go. Ah, we're taking some fire. They're taking forever to get going because those stream beds really impede movement. I should have given them an order slightly sooner to move. Okay, it's times 28. Get them out of there. Let's go, go, go. The Union Brigade seem to be concentrating in the centre here. We're taking a bit of artillery fire. I think it's about time to pull these skirmishers in as well. Let's pull them in. In we go, boys. Let's go. Our Parrot rifles already firing as well, which is nice. So after the skirmishing, we're looking at 400 casualties for them, 50 for us. That's kind of the ratio we need to keep up. It's already 1500 hours, so 3 PM. Here they come. The 4th Brigade leading the attack. They've suffered 5 casualties so far. 105 casualties for these guys. And then some fresh brigades coming as well. 250 casualties for the this brigade here. Whose brigade was that? Was it Franklin? Yes, Franklin's brigade. We're starting to take some artillery fire from this battery up here. Which is to be expected. Ah, and here's our problem. Look, they've probably got rifles, so that is a big issue for us. Because we have not got rifles. But these guys are just about in range. Let's turn the Black Watch as well. Yeah, we can get fire going. 3 Union brigades are pushing on our right. Oh, they've got rifles as well. That's a real problem, that. Do we move early forward to give fire? No, I'm not sure. But what I will do is I'm going to move Holmes up to here, and maybe he can sweep around. The 1st Brigade is moving in now, so that might be good for us. I'm moving Hill, and I've already moved Cock forward onto the line. Looks like they're going to press us right here in the centre. I'm going to move the Ohio Outlaws this way to offer some support. Sending skirmishers back out from our right flank troops. These rifle-armed troops are going to give some fire from the woods. Oh, again, we're just like they just stopped just out of range. So I've pulled with us back slightly, and I've put the Ohio Outlaws onto the line because they've got rifles and we need rifle-armed troops on there. So these guys up here, Bartow's detachment, got no one to fire at. I'm going to actually just let them run right across the field here and see if we can take those artillery on. It leaves us with just the cavalry on our left flank, which, you know, it's hairy. Okay, I'm going to abandon our right flank completely, the Sudley Springs crossing. I don't think we need him there. I'm going to keep him back, though, just in case we've got to pull somebody back over. Okay, so we sent somebody running. Nice. Good job from the Ohio Outlaws there. The viewer unit, of course, I think I mentioned. With us going to go onto the line here, I might actually pull him forward. I'm going to send him in here. See if we can drive those guys back. It's tempting to come out of our defensive position and move forward, but I don't want to do that. They're broken anyway. Nice, that's an excellent job. Let's get these boys firing on this artillery, see if we can get rid of them. That would be nice. Let's just have a look over the overview. Howard's brigade is running. We've driven back the attack on our right flank, which is looking okay. Or more or less driven it back anyway. This artillery is wavering. I'm quite happy just to hold our defensive line here. It's fine. It's working out quite nicely for us. Let's have a look at the casualties that we've got going on. 1900 for them, 785 for us. That's quite a lot for us as well. I was hoping to have more even numbers, but I mean, it's not bad. I'm just keeping an eye on our right flank and our left flank. Blackwatch skirmishers are going to come out. I want them to hit this artillery. Yes, nice. We've knocked that artillery out of the fight. So if we can drive this infantry off, we could pick this artillery up and use it ourselves. Looks like they've spotted the danger over here with our skirmishers coming forward. Whoa! Why is Barnett B's whole brigade coming? No, 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 no. You get back there. What the hell? Driven those guns off. Nice. B's moving back into position where he should be. These guns are flashing as well, so that's excellent. I wonder if we're going to be able to pick these up. I'm not convinced. We've got a detachment moving off for them, but whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. So we've sprung the trap as well. Holmes has moved out from our right flank here, and he's moving in. Just keep an eye on our flanks. If we can pick these guns up and start blasting into their rear, that would be awesome. Early's men have suffered quite a lot of casualties. I'm going to pull them out of there. And we're going to plug that gap with Jones. Napoleons. Oh, excellent. Straight into the rear. Come on. Canister. Straight into the rear. Oh, nice. I'm going to send Holmes forward. I want to finish these off. I want to send this first brigade running. Let's get the skirmishers back in. Send now Bonham skirmishers on with their Mississippi rifles with a long range fire. Come on, let's do this, boys. Yeah, they're broken. Excellent. Let's bring these Napoleons back onto the line. Bring Bonham back to this fence. I think that went pretty well. Sherman's brigade's here as well. Fresh troops coming up though. Our guys have all been in combat now, all been fighting. We've got a whole bunch of fresh Union troops coming up. Franklin's reformed and coming forward. Didn't really expect that, but, you know, it's fine. It's 5 PM now, so the battle's been raging for a few hours. We've got Jones's brigade here, Cox brigade, fairly fresh. The Royal Black Watch suffered a few casualties, but they've inflicted a lot. I mean, they've done a lot of fighting, as have these guys, the French Legion, down to 18 rounds, which sucks a bit, but we'll be okay. Holmes done good fighting on the right as well. I'm moving a few of the guns across, so I've moved these howitzers over, hopefully give some extra artillery support, and let's see what happens. Nice picking up these 12-pound Napoleons as well. And here they come, another attack. They're going to try one more evening fight, one more evening attack. Going to run into our skirmishers any moment. Our flank skirmishers are going to move in as well, give them something else to think about. Tough little fight this. Been good fun though. I suspect it's going to go on to the second day at this rate. We are starting to run low on ammunition, which is definitely a problem. Walker skirmishers almost out of ammunition. Let's pull them out of there. I think they've done a nice job again, breaking up the enemy attack. It's these endless detachments that the AI always sends out to pick up their dropped guns. It's really annoying. 1st Brigade suffering some more casualties. Very much a defensive action still. I mean, I'm not really interested in attacking. We are content to defend. I'm happy with that. Going to speed things up a little bit here. We're a bit of a stalemate. Going to send Jones forward, see if we can drive these guys off. And Hill, let's go. Let's see if we can drive these guys away. A little counter thrust just before the day is over. Oh, how is he broken? That was a mistake. I should never have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done it. Back to the defences, boys. Let's go. Made a mistake here. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have moved out of the defences. It's always a mistake in this game. Damn it! Hill broken as well. Yep, things aren't always going to go to plan. I know that, of course. I'm going to move B's brigade across this way a little bit because it looks like it might be threatening our centre. Can't see anything else happening on the flank, so that's good news at least. Hill broken is annoying, but not as annoying as Holmes breaking. Where is Holmes? Has he just ran off the field? Oh no, there he is. Our lack of rifles is definitely telling, and these guys have reformed and they've got fresh brigades coming. Ooh. It could be worse, but it could definitely be better. Why are they idle? Get firing. We're still taking casualties from their rifle fire. Damn it. We could do with nightfall for resupplying. Holmes has reformed at least. I'm gonna just leave him at the back for now. Excellent. Holmes has definitely reformed. He's fine. The French Legion is struggling in the centre. We've got no ammunition, but we've got to keep them on the line. I mean, we're more or less intact here. So I'm gonna move the Ohio Outlaws off to our right flank here, and they're going to take the line instead of the French Legion, who've just got no ammunition left. And we've still got Bartow in the back, who hasn't really been engaged, only his skirmishers. Holmes and Hill have reformed. That's some good news, at least. Speed this up. Let's see if we can go to night time. It's not long to go. Yeah, almost out of ammunition. Fresh troops with ammunition in place here now, the Ohio Outlaws. Hopefully that's going to shift something around here. We're starting to lose quite a few men in this battery of makeshift artillery, but they're going to stay fighting. End of the day, okay. So we'll get some resupply, get redeploy. I mean, not that there's much redeploying to be done. The report received suggests morale is intact. The total men reported wounded sum up 1,869, so it's pretty bad. The army supply situation, outstanding supply situations, supply trains reached most of our units. Infantry ammunition sufficient, artillery ammunition 2 days. Well, forage and provisions sufficient. Well, that's good news. So let's move Jones back. Move the French Legion back onto the line. So we've got 2 rifle armed troops here. Jones' morale's pretty bad. Early's is pretty bad as well. But we're going to leave them there. In fact, no, let's not. Jones is going to move over to our left flank, and over to our right flank we're going to move Bartow, who's much fresher. See if we can get him in somewhere. Early, I'm going to leave him in reserve as well, because they are battered. I'm not sure what the Union's going to do here, but they're going to try something, that's for sure. I'm leaving Walker on this far left flank. He's pretty much been untouched. So we've got Walker as a fresh unit. We've got Stuart's cavalry up here on the left. The rest is pretty battered. Hill, yeah. AP Hill, his units took a hit. I mean, I'm going to put them on the line here. But hopefully they won't end up having to fight. Holmes, again, like they've hardly lost anybody, but morale suffered there. I'm going to keep them as a reserve. Let's see what the Union does in the next day. It's been a bloody first day, so we're talking... our casualties are way too high. Let's go, second day. Oh! Right, so they've reformed for an attack on our flank here. That's causing us some problems. I'm going to have to move some troops across and just see what happens. We've got a huge gap here. Jones broken. This is going to be a nightmare. I think we're not going to be able to win this, I don't think. I think we're done for. The Union Brigades are like unbreakable. I'd really like it if B just pulled out of there. I've tried to give him orders 3 or 4 times, but he just won't do it. We need Hatton to move in. We're breaking all over the place. It's just, we're finished. The battle's done. Definitely feels like our morale's about to break. I've got that feeling. The enemy's retreating, thank God for that. We'll not be doing any pursuing, that's for sure. Good Lord. That was a harsh little fight. Hopefully we'll at least capture some decent equipment, that would be nice. My goodness, what a fight that was. I think we did an okay job holding the defensive line, but that was tough. I mean, it was my first big battle since I've been back playing this game. Honestly, that was hard. It was very, very hard. Enjoyable, though. I did enjoy it. It was stressful, though. Minor victory. We lost 5,800 men. They lost 9,000. Jesus. Yeah, so that was a pretty hectic fight. Absolutely insane numbers. I hope you enjoyed the fight. Let's get on in here. Let's see what we won. See what equipment we've got. See what our armies are like. See where the Union withdraws to. Jeez. Early's fallen into disgrace and Hughie has become famous. Oh gosh. Well, I think his artillery did quite well there, actually, to be fair to him. Losing 6,000 men at this point, though, that's not good for us. The 9,000 Union losses are bad on the face of it, but, you know, in the scheme of things, it doesn't matter to them that much. Let's have a look. So, the Battle of Manassas Junction has ended with the Army of Northeastern Virginia retreating in panic. It's the standard message. My commanders earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemies reportedly suffered 8,834 casualties. That's 1,267 killed, 1,396 captured. But we'll have to parole them because we don't have a prison. Actually, that's something we need to build, a POW camp. Their morale is believed to be unstable. We suffered 5,880 casualties, 799 killed, 1,109 missing, the rest wounded. Morale is confident. Supply situation very good. We captured 4,969 rifles. Now, that is good news. And 11 guns from the battlefield. Nice. Let's have a little look. I'm going to leave it paused. We'll have a look at the weapons. What do we got now? Ah, 4 Napoleons. Nice. So we pinched them off them. That's excellent. So that's enough to equip one of our little batteries. Springfield muskets, 11,000. I think we probably had that anyway. Is that it? Oh, Springfield Rifles, 5,200. That's not bad. So we must have got some of them. And a handful of Parrott Rifles as well, because we've got 7 of them now. That's excellent. On the whole, it was a pretty poor haul. I think we maybe picked up some Springfield muskets and a handful of half-decent guns. So 4 Napoleons and 7 Parrott Rifles. That'll be the 11 pieces, yeah. So, and we're up to 5,200 Springfield Rifles. I'm not sure what we had left on there. If somebody remembers, pop it in the comments. If not, whatever. But that's good. So we can equip some more of our guys with rifles, which is going to be very, very helpful for future fights. Let's have a quick look at our military situation. So Beauregard, Hope Arrows Age just won a nice big fight. I'm going to promote him actually to Major General. Let's do that now. There he goes. Major General Beauregard. Longstreet done well as well. I'm going to leave him in Brigadier General for now. Same with Ewell and Yuji. He became famous. Hasn't come through yet, but it will soon. So they did a nice bit of fighting there. Let's have a little look at some numbers. So these guns here on the Rosser inflicted 28 casualties. On the Walker, 54. So not bad. Hill suffered 693 casualties and inflicted 481. Terrible. 720 casualties for Jones and only inflicted 220. That's because they spent a lot of time getting shot at and not being able to return fire from those defences. Partly my fault, I guess. Barton's boys, this is a viewer unit. Fought the Battle of Manassas, suffering 263 casualties and inflicted 675. Now that's pretty good. Holmes, he did poorly, I thought, but at least he rallied and came back. They suffered 275 and inflicted 383. Bonham, this is the Royal Black Watch, so 50 casualties suffered, 759 inflicted. Nice job. That was awesome from them. They did really well holding our centre, actually. Early, I wasn't impressed with, but again, look, he suffered 891 casualties, inflicted 230. Let's leave him in place. St. George Cock suffered 525, inflicted 716. Not bad. Withers, 399 casualties for 583 inflicted. Pretty good. So much needed experience for our guys here. A tough fight, an enjoyable fight. We've got some reinforcements coming up. So Hill's command's almost here, 1,300 men. But let's have a look at Jackson. Looking awesome. Walker's looking good as well. Walker's brigade, how did they do? 735 casualties suffered, 1,422 inflicted. B, 954 suffered, 1,071 inflicted. Pretty good. Bartow suffered 26 casualties. They were mostly in reserve. So they stayed intact, more or less. Hatton. Now, these boys, they did pretty good, actually. Ohio Outlaws. I moved them around into crucial points. They suffered 311 casualties and inflicted 827. A nice job from them under Hatton. He's still looking pretty pants, but he will get better. I've got confidence in that. Lomax, this cavalry unit, suffered 31 and inflicted 32. Only really became involved right at the end there when I had to plug that gap. The guns under Cooper, let's see how they did. 118 inflicted for Pelham. That's pretty good going with his 12-pound field guns. I'm going to actually upgrade these, so let's have a quick look. And I'm going to give him the Napoleons we just captured. 12-pound Napoleons. There you go, son. Let's have a look at Pendleton. He had 12-pound howitzers. How did they do? Inflicted 53, so some nice firing from the artillery. Decent battle all around. I mean, I know we suffered quite a lot of casualties, but that was a hard fight. Fairly even numbered, slightly outnumbered by the Union. But that went quite well, I thought. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Hopefully, I will see you in the next episode. I'm going to call it a day for now, and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra for now.